Alright, here we are. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, once again to the real-time strategy pillars of the genre series. The series in which we showcase the most forgotten, underrated, and ignored, sadly ignored, real-time strategy games of all time. We've been showcasing Heroes of Annihilated Empires for more than a week now, 9 days of gameplay, and I presume, I actually don't know, I presume that we are about to finish the Elven campaign, which will mark the beginning of our final analysis for this game. As I always say, this game was developed by GSC Game World, an Ukrainian developer, which is also responsible for the future release. It's about to release the Stalker 2 franchise. Sorry, the Stalker franchise. They're about to release the second entry in the series. And for this hopefully this final analysis, I will remind everyone once again that this developer originally created the legendary Cossacks series of games, the American Conquest games, and these Heroes of Annihilated Empires in the end in 2006, right? Then on 2015, they released Cossacks 3, but apparently it was an isolated entry because after Cossacks 3 they apparently they have abandoned the RTS genre because they haven't developed throughout the years any other RTS game, at least up until now. It's sad. I guess I cannot blame them due to the fact that the current situation of the RTS genre, as I always mention, it's quite dire. I cannot blame them because the fan base of the RTS genre, sadly, contrary to what happened to most of the other genres, sadly has been proven that the fan base, it's unable to truly appreciate, or at least the majority of the fan base, to appreciate new approaches for all of these games. And we have a diarchy. You know, it's a government in which, or it's a monarchy to be precise, which is actually ruled by two different kings. Well, we may have more than two, let's say 3. Warcraft 3, Age of Empires 2, and Starcraft 2. Let's say 3. For me there are 2, actually. I wouldn't count Warcraft 3 that much, especially after the flop of Reforged. But well, for me they are Starcraft 2 and Age of Empires 2. But well, undoubtedly Warcraft 3 is among the best, if not the best. For me personally, it would be a tough choice between that one and Starcraft 2. In the end, I think I would choose Starcraft 2, but well, that's not the problem. The problem is that those 3 or 2 games have annihilated the rest of the genre. They have absolutely stomped any other attempt to create a successful RTS, a commercially successful RTS. I will just point out today, because yesterday I did a 40-minute intro, I wasted a lot of time, so we won't be doing this tonight. But let me remind you once again, if you allow me, let me remind you that sadly, GSC Game World probably won't be creating another RTS ever due to this behavior. That's the situation. if people keep playing MOBAs, if we keep encouraging online play as if it was the only option, the RTS genre will continue down this sad path of failures. And I will just point out that this game, Heroes of Annihilated Empires, American Conquest, the Cossacks series, because even though they have been successful, more or less, they have been more or less commercially successful, the Cossacks series, they could create Cossacks 1, 2, and 3. We probably won't have another Cossacks game. And just like the Cossacks franchise, there are many, 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 many more franchises of this beleaguered genre that will suffer the same fate if people continue to deem base building, if they continue considering base building as an unnecessary mechanic, and that MOBAs are everything, that they are simply the only way to have fun with an RTS game. The thing is that it's a clear consequence of how the modern gamer has been educated. That's the reality of the situation. The modern gamer has been educated in such a way that patience is not an option. Having patience, it's a sin for game developers. They think that, of course, patience and difficulty, also difficulty, patience and difficulty, those two things are sinful, absolutely sinful. Never, as a developer, never include difficulty or a mechanic that involves a great deal of patience, a huge amount of patience. That's the mindset for modern developers, sadly. Most of them, especially AAA developers. With that degenerate and ignorant mindset, we'll get nowhere. We'll get nowhere. Difficulty, APM. And to some extent, of course, I'm not saying that that developers should create a game that's impossible to be finished. No. But a minimum requirement of APM, of understanding of base building mechanics by the player, a minimum amount of knowledge about base building, a bit of difficulty. You can always create hard, medium, or easy mode, as well as a bit of patience required from the player, are all necessary elements that are inherently part of this genre. And rejecting them, it's a way of destroying this genre. Rejecting all of those elements that I've mentioned, it's simply rejecting the existence of this genre. And today we have this consequence. Heroes of Annihilated Empires will hopefully get to the final analysis today. I won't be playing the Undead campaign. Because I think that I have an idea of the complete gameplay system and pretty much the structure of the campaign. I think we've been playing this for 9 days. I don't want to make it boring for anyone, so if we can finish the game tonight, I'll proceed to the final analysis. We'll go one by one regarding the categories for it, and we will proceed to the next game. So far, my thoughts. Well, so far it's not a great game. Objectively, it's not a great game because it has a lot of pacing issues that I've been mentioning. but see that I'm criticizing the game after, let's say, enduring, or at least taking the time to try to understand it. I'm not criticizing the game the first day I begin playing or analyzing it. That's the difference. Now, we'll proceed to the final analysis, but just know that this Heroes of Annihilated Empires, it's just another consequence, or at least not this game. The fact that the studio, that GSC Game World, probably won't be doing another RTS, and they are instead working on Stalker 2, well, that's a consequence. That's a consequence of the current situation of the RTS genre. Here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, let's proceed with all of this said. I don't want to extend the intro for 40 minutes tonight or something like that, because yesterday I think I was cruel enough with my boring intros. But well, besides I was quite pessimistic yesterday, so well. Anyways, I'm pessimistic every night, I guess. But well, it's better to be realistic about the situation than ignoring it. All right, you can listen to it. You can already listen to it. Give me a sec. I'll give you. Let me change scenes. I've reduced the volume a bit more, just a tiny bit more, so you can listen to my voice even clearer than yesterday. Okay. Don't worry, as I always say, in case this is the first time you're here, the thing will be fixed in a matter of seconds once we get into gameplay. Path of the Sylvan Folk, except Wise Drail. We were here yesterday. Sorry for the cliffhanger yesterday, but it was 3 hours, and well, I simply had no more time. Okay, don't worry. The 4:3 aspect ratio that you are seeing there will be fixed in a moment. Don't worry. Black screen. Now Alt Tab a bit, and there we go. Pretty smooth, if you ask me. Now, before that beast attacks us, just so you have an idea, just in case you decided to watch this final section as for the first time instead of watching the rest of this series, just in case. We are going up against this final boss. The game has a lot of RPG elements. I will not explain all of them right now. I've been explaining them for 8 VODs constantly. The game has a lot of RPG elements. This is probably like an MMORPG fight. It's the only one that will... Well, no, it's actually the second one in all of this campaign, if I'm not mistaken. The game has a lot of pacing issues that we will comment once we get to the final analysis. There's a lot of baseless exploration missions, so it has a lot of light RPG elements. I would even say that even so this is an RTS, the RPG elements in it are not light, more or less. But I think this is the final level. Basically, we are looking for a crown to kill the undead. Like, if you want a very concise, very quick summary of what has happened up to this point, we're basically looking for a crown, the crown of elements or something like that, to beat the undead. We have an argument with the daughter of the chieftain regarding how to handle the undead threat. The druids are our allies, and they tell us that we are wrong, that the chieftain is wrong, sorry, and that we should kill the undead with this crown. Alright, well, the chieftain and his daughter are trying to gather the all of the elf troops and simply killing them, fighting against them, and that's causing more undead to rise. You have a very basic summary of what has happened up until now. And this thing, this devil, I think that thing killed us. Alright, this is, I guess this is basically a boss fight. Let's see what are the buffs for that thing. Far away, blah, 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 blah. I need to be careful, those things consume mana. Ah, but he was affected by the Tree of Life. Alright, this is why I saved this final fight for now. Careful, those things, when they attack me, they drain my mana. I should take care of them. Yeah. This is gonna be troublesome. Let's go for Frost. Let's go for second Tree of Life. Let's go for Celestial Light, as I always say. Oh! He can also use kind of like meteorites. There we go. Get rid of those guys. They will drain your mana. Otherwise... Oh, what's that? Let's recover our health. Damn. Yeah, this is pretty much like Diablo at this point. This specific section. How about Celestial Light? That's useful against demons. Oh. We're dead. We have a second chance, but I prefer to restart at this point. I don't know if we have to do anything else in this mission, after all. I'd rather not die. Because there's a portal there, maybe we have to do other things. Can I freeze them? Yeah. Right, let's use this time to go for Call of Nature. I'll summon my druids, berserk, lightning sphere, curse. Now everyone get rid of that guy. Well, I attack him safely from this position. Also, let's go for wind arrows. Yeah. As you can see, I have an extremely particular build, pretty much the one you want to go for in case you are doing this on hard mode, which is a very, very high health regeneration and mana regeneration that will also Frost. That will help me somehow survive. Oh, even more of them. And an extremely high movement speed, which is basically needed to avoid that. There we go. See that I'm already out of mana. Careful with this fight because you can die pretty easily. What's that? Can I use that? What happens if I do that? So you can escape. So you can escape, apparently. I knew it. Maybe I'm supposed to... Someone's fighting these guys. Go from magician. I think you can recruit troops and go back. But we were doing okay. I have a lot of potions. I don't see why I cannot kill the beast with a bit of practice and careful planning. Freeze that thing. No, give me attack.
What a beast. I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his
That thing is difficult to contain. If I'm not mistaken, demons are weak against celestial light. Yeah, 8,000. Yeah, we can take that thing down if we're careful. On our own. I bet we can take that thing down. That's right, keep spawning those things. They'll do you no good. 7,000. If we can... If you have potions, I bet you can do this. Without resorting to using troops. I'm sure there's a positive thing. There's an advantage or something about doing that. Or at least there should be. Let me see, a single celestial light should take care of those things. Yeah, that's right. Celestial light to get rid of those hounds, and I need to focus my fire on that guy. Wind arrows plus 20% damage increase. Also lightning storm. Anything's better than being attacked by those guys. Current health and current mana. We can do it. We can do it. We definitely can do it. That. There we go. A perfectly placed celestial light. It healed them all. It healed me, and it also damaged the demon. Oh, what up, you? He's not that tough without his hounds. See, we're playing Diablo now. Oh wait. 8,000. That thing is recovering health. Ah well, that could be a problem. 7,600. 77. Yeah, it's like a tag of war. I need to be extremely careful with this guy. But if I'm careful, I could. 8,000. No, he's still at 8,000. Oh, this. I think I just wasted my potions. 7,000 almost. Come on, attack that thing. Oh. How about this? What's your health? 7,000. That thing recovers health. Let me see, is there anything here that I can use? No. I love how he's so similar to Diablo. So, that thing regenerates health. Okay. I guess the idea of this level is to first grab an army. Or not, because
What a beast. I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his undead servants are no match for this thing. I can hardly deal with it either.
but then you can come back to this place. What was the dialogue if when we got out of this place? What was the dialogue?
Drow is the only one who thinks that the undead cannot be fought with common weapons. Now, when I have the crown of elements, I must find the old man. The commander is undoubtedly a good warrior, but he's not that bright. We'll decide with the druid what to do next.
Wait, because I'm beginning to think it's not. I'm beginning to think that the Crown of Elements is not actually that. Give me a sec. Let me see what would happen if I go to the Druid village. Let me see my options before thinking about what to do.
What are you doing, Hardwoods? Your tribe is underground.
Legends talk about a flying ark that brought our forefathers and the great Octon to this island, and we have found it. But alas, the ark is not destined to take wing again. It is destroyed and will be impossible to repair.
This giant is made of stone and wood. Is it really capable of flying like a bird? But it's too heavy. No magic can lift it up to the
Oh,
air.
whatever. No, nothing to do. I pretty much think that if you exit that, you pretty much lose the Crown of Elements. So no. Apparently we have to beat that thing. I guess we have to beat that thing. All of you stay over there.
What a beast. I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown.
He must not leave the
Undead servants are no match
the radius of the tree.
can hardly deal with it either.
Can you escape? Somehow? Need to get rid of those things. Damn. Alright, keep attacking that thing. What? I have 20 potions though. I don't see why I would be unable to prevail. That's it. That's it, that's it, that's it. Just need to be careful. I think it's kind of like if you don't, if you skip this fight, you cannot claim the Crown of Elements for the most part. We can do it. We can do it if I'm careful. And he trapped me. No. So the meteor that comes from the sky, it's 7,400. We are making progress. We are making progress actually. There we go. Celestial Light. Celestial Light is extremely effective against him. The thing is that if I use it on him, I cannot use it on. Plus 10 damage. That's great. Need to be careful with those hounds. To be careful. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I'll have to wait a bit. Damn. Oh no. Careful though, things consume your mana with every attack. But I need to dispatch them fast. Because otherwise... Move it. Come on, move it. I cannot believe it. Those things are going to consume my mana. How about this? 7,000. That thing is still at 7,000. Let's dispatch. Oh, not again. Stupid. More of them. Perhaps I should not focus on the hellhounds. Their only purpose is to consume my mana. But again, if I don't dispatch them... He's back at 8,000. That's not my idea of progress. This guy. He's back at 8,000 anyways. Is it me or the frequency of those hellhounds has increased? Or it increases with every... What? Forget it. Forget it, that's an illegal move. That's an illegal move. Yeah, I bet this guy just drops the Crown of Elements. You can skip it. I don't know. So...
What a beast. I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his undead servants are no match for this demon.
The thing is pretty intelligent. Oh, that thing killed me. Let me check his health. Oh. We need to beat this guy. Because I'm not sure if we can come back. It's like a Banos stage. You can either continue with the game or ignore him. And it's certainly... the thing is certainly unbalanced for hard mode.
I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his undead servants are no match for this demon.
Could you move, you idiot? Could you move? Once and for all, move it. Damn, stupid tree. Quickly before the tree disappears. Come on, faster! Yeah. 3 of them escaped. Wait. Well, those are dispatched. We need another 3. Come on, those things are consuming my mana. There we go. This guy, he has no way to counter my strategy if he doesn't use that pesky salmon. It's literally cheating. So we're gonna somehow cheat as well. We'll see. I don't know. Well, first we'll go for this. Again. Alright, let's try to ignore the hounds because otherwise... Oh. This guy is so slow casting. And here I thought that my build was perfect. Well, that didn't work. They must have consumed my mana. Oh, what are you doing here? Oh my god, oh my god. How about your health? I cannot move. What? What? I didn't expect to find this. But well. It's absolutely optional, just so you're assured that it's not part of. But I think that for some reason I'm under the impression that if I don't kill this guy here, I won't be able to come back and grab the Crown of Elements.
I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his undead servants are no match for this demon. I can hardly deal with it either.
Come on. What? I should have killed them all. Maybe I can deal with them. But maybe I can deal with them without wasting mana. I mean, without using mana. Maybe I can kill them. Kind of like without using mana altogether. No. Damn. But he said when you have the Crown of Elements. He said something about the Crown of Elements. Wait. Maybe I'm not doing it the right way.
Tremble is the only one who thinks that the undead cannot be fought with common weapons. Now, when I have the Crown of Elements, I must find the old man. The commander is undoubtedly
When I have the Crown of Elements. When I have the Crown of Elements, so it's pretty much mandatory. So I think we're supposed to go back, but I can't go back. Let me listen to it again. See, this is one of the biggest flaws that I've encountered with this game. There are no objectives, kind of like there isn't a list with the objectives or anything like that. You have to guess what you have to do.
Tremble is the only one who thinks that the undead cannot be fought with common weapons. Now, when I have the Crown of Elements, I must find the old man. The commander is undoubtedly a good warrior, but he's not that bright. We'll decide who's the next.
When I have the Crown of Elements, so it's pretty much mandatory. So I deduce that the idea is to get an army and then go for the crown.
Your tribe is underground. Imagine.
We've already listened to that. The Ark.
Upton to this island.
I'm not sure what exactly we're supposed to do here. Oh my god. Can you move? Can you move? Alright, so. Oh well. I need a base or something. I don't know. Forest Warrior boots. Oh, but he said once I have the Crown of Elements.
So, the evil beasts are fighting each other. I thought they had united their forces. It's good that I was wrong. Let them go on annihilating each other.
I don't know what to do. What's the purpose of this mission? Those druids? No, those are not druids. I just first want to see. Those look like. Yeah. Because otherwise I'll waste a lot of time without any kind of purpose.
Pray, help us.
I'm in a hurry to get to the river and can't stay for long. What has happened here?
Goblins and orcs have captured our children. Please help us rescue them.
See what I mean when I say that this game doesn't have a cohesively developed plot. Those are side quests. I don't know what's my main objective, which is the secondary objective. Let's get to the river or whatever it is. Let's see. Let's see what would happen. Then I will go back. Let's follow the path, see what happens, and then we go back. Don't worry. Let's see. What's this?
You're alive! I'd almost given up hope of seeing you again.
The Oracle told me that the undead can be defeated only with the Crown of Elements.
Uh-huh. The one that thing has.
After the council, when my father expelled you, I quarreled with him and left.
We have little time. I must visit the old man. He can advise us what to do next.
I know these places, and I will lead you to him. Hurry! Let's go!
See what I mean? See what I mean? So you don't need the crown or what? Do I have control of this base? Well, I have 2 hero units now, but I assume I can go back to the devil. Well, with 2 hero units I could do it, I guess, but I'm not. 4% movement speed and restoration. All of you, please let me spend my talents. What? Oh. As confusing as the rest of the game. Very well. Let's see. Where's that objective that I just saw? That guy. Let's go over there. Let's see if we...
I've always tried to turn a blind eye to women. Their trouble. What a might! This giant throws stones so hard it smashes against the ground. I'm safe here, but the others may be hurt by the splinters.
How do I get to that guy over there? Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Oh, damn it. How about you all? Shh. Keep moving. Ah, god damn it. There we go. Keep moving. Let's not waste time. Let's see what happens next. Let's see what happens next. Then I will replay the level. So it's not needed to grab the Crown of Elements. I want to see if it appears magically. What happens? I want to see what happens before we try to do things properly. I want to see what happens before we try to do things properly. I think it's a different level. What are these guys? Like Egyptian soldiers. Hang on a second.
We thank you for your help, stranger. Where are you from?
I have come here from a distant island, in search of the gems of power. Do you know where I can find them?
No? I've never heard of any gems. We're from the frontier troops. We were attacked by the Soul's flying vessels. Our captain stayed on the neighboring island. Take us there, tall one. We need to speak to him. Maybe he can help you in your search.
Fine. Let us set sail.
Okay. So that wasn't the final battle. The Crown of Elements is not here. Let's go back to the menu. Let's go back to the menu because this... I'll have to trim the YouTube ball my god. Oh my god. So wasn't there... wasn't the phrase here, seeking the crown, that... wasn't the phrase that victory was at hand or something like that? Apparently it goes on. It goes on. So, this... if I'm not mistaken... So, if I'm not mistaken, this part is absolutely avoidable, according to what we just saw. But if you do so, you lose the Crown of Elements forever. You can't come back to this. Pretty much that's the that's the idea behind this level.
What a beast. I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his undead servants are no match for this deal. I can
So in order to get the crown, we have to beat this guy. Well. And he continuously regenerates health. Those hounds will consume my mana with their attacks. -5, -5, -5. I love how that animation, it's exactly like Diablo 2. Oh, how? Maybe I can just attack them with my normal attacks. Maybe I can get rid of them, even if I lose all of my mana. Doesn't matter. Which are my potions? Restoration Elixir, alright, so that one restores mana. Okay. Yeah, pretty much you can completely avoid this level with my current movement speed. But I guess I would lose the crown. I don't know how powerful that thing may be, but... Ah, he's not doing anything at all. Oh, forget it. That's not what we want to do. I guess I'll have to try this. Forget it. Anyways, I don't know how I'll be able to counter his... Does he have mana or something that I can drain? He must run out of mana eventually. No, he has no mana. No. I've seen worse. I've seen and I've faced worse, so... Maybe I can go for the genie or something like that.
What a beast. I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his undead servants are no match for this demon. I can hardly deal with it either.
So why is it that I'm dealing 5 damage to this thing? Alright, it's still at 9,000. Look at that. Curse enemies. I successfully cursed that guy. But he's still at 9,000. I don't know what's going on. That thing regenerates health so fast. I don't know.
What a beast. I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his undead servants are no match for this demon. I can hardly deal with it either.
Come on. I think that thing is cursing me. Yeah, it's using curse. That's why I'm not dealing damage. Alright, he's using curse. Just as I am. He's using the very same spell that I'm using. Curse, berserk. Okay. Okay, I see the problem. I see the problem. That thing is using curse on me. That thing is using curse. That's the problem.
What a beast. I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his undead servants are no match for this demon. I can hardly deal with it either.
No. He cursed me. He used curse. Forget it. No, I cannot let him use curse on me. That's pretty much. Need to be faster. I need to be faster. Hmm. What? What are you doing, you idiot? No, 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 no. He interrupted the casting. Hmm. No, 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 no. It needs to be perfectly trapped. This thing needs to be perfectly trapped. Otherwise, it's useless. Nah, I never imagined I would face such a difficult level. If I could bring him to almost 5500, I can bring him to 0.
I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his undead servants are no match for this demon. I can hardly deal with it either.
That's the problem. All of the attacks need to be perfectly executed. Come on, come on, come on. Nice try. $6,000. I'll have to use all my potions. That thing just cursed me? No. No, we're not cursed. No, we're good. Doesn't matter. Come on, don't let him recover health. Come on. Drop his health to 0, come on. Let's disengage for a sec there. Come on, we can do it. Need to freeze that thing. $5,400. $5,000. There you go. Positioning needs to be perfect, but I think it can be done if I'm careful. 4,600. $3,800. I'm somehow beating his insane health regeneration. Come on. Come on, my build. Don't fail me now. Damn, no. That should deal some damage to him. I just need to ensure he doesn't recover any more health. That's it. Out of mana. Those things suck my mana a bit. Come on. Damn curse. No. I'm so close. Come on. It's one damage. It's useless. He's recovering health. If he uses curse on you, you're pretty much... He will recover a lot of his health. I can go for Celestial Light though. Minus 600. Yeah, the problem is that if I use Celestial Light on him, then I have nothing to protect me from these things. Maybe Lightning. I'll need to get rid of them. Come on. I can't... What's going on? Come on. Call of Nature, come on. Get rid of the hounds. So stupid. There's still a tree there. I don't know. I need to ensure he doesn't regenerate any more health. One, I must be cursed. No, I'm not. $3,400. Damn. I need his health to drop even more. 3800. Damn. Yeah, without the damage potion, there's nothing I can do. Yeah, I cannot drop his health anymore. I was close. I got to 3400 at some point. At some point I got to 3200. What? Damn, the casting for this game, it doesn't lock on when you begin casting. You have to kind of like don't move, don't do anything. Freeze. Come on. I'm sick of this guy. Come on, we can do it. Come on. 3, now. What? There. Come on, we don't have a second to waste. I told you to attack the hound. Come on, he's recovering health. Come on. What? What, you idiot? Come on. Come on, we can do it. We can do it if you follow my orders. Come on. God damn it. God damn it. This is not for the faint of heart. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. It's better to be out of mana than I can tank this guy. $5,000. This is the formula. Tanking the hellhounds while the archers attack them. If I have to use my 20 potions I will use them. Here, Celestial Light. I'm not letting this guy survive again. You are not getting out of here. Oh, damn. But I have the formula. I believe I have the formula. I need to act as tank while the archers get rid of him. Come on, survive, please survive. You idiot, you had to cast that. You had to cast that tree of life. Come on, you were wasting time. 27. Come on. Recast 3. Come on. Let me move. $2,400. How do I recast? There's only one way to beat this guy, and that is using Call of Nature and acting as tank while he attacks me. The archers should take care of him. What I need to protect is my archers. That's the thing. That's the thing. I need to protect my archers and act as a tank with the hero unit. Nope. We'll see who laughs at the end. We'll see who laughs in the end. That thing. I almost had him. First 4,000, now I could bring him to I could bring him down to... No, come on.
I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown.
Come on, come on. What's this thing? He goes straight for my summons. I have to prevent that. I have to prevent that. Quickly, quickly. Cast, cast, cast.
What a beast. I see why the Lord of Ashes could not claim the crown. It's no wonder his undead servants are no match for this demon. I can hardly deal with it either.
Damn no. $5,000. Not again. Not again. Not again. Not again. Give me Celestial Light. I need Celestial Light. Come on. I never expected to find some kind of MMORPG boss in the middle of an RTS. But well. Definitely hard mode is not properly balanced. The game is not designed for this, but well. I'm beating this guy before proceeding. There's no way I'm leaving that crown here. No, that's a curse. No, that's a curse. This is like facing Diablo all over again, as if this was an isometric action RPG. Only harder. Let's go, Call of Nature. I more or less have the formula. I just need to execute it properly.
What a beast.
And that thing it's like a tug of war because he continuously regenerates health.
His undead servants are no match for this demon. I can hardly deal with it either.
Let's see. Health is dropping. No. Hellhounds. Alright. Quickly. Curse. Let's freeze this guy for a sec. Come on, come on. There we go. Now, Tree of Life. And these guys should prevent his health regeneration to beat 7,000. Hellhounds. I need to hit both. I need to hit both of them and at the same time hit myself as well, so I can heal me. So the blast can heal me and also get rid of those hellhounds because those consume my mana with every attack. I've never seen probably such a complex boss in an RTS game. This is kind of like more suited for isometric action RPG or something like that. But well. Praise to the developers. Praise to GSC Game World for creating such a difficult boss. He paralyzed me. There we go. We could do it. There we go. The tricky part is that you have to somehow prevent his health regeneration too. Damn. To be higher than your damage, which is pretty difficult because this thing has insane. There we go. 5600. I need to keep up this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Give me some potions. Well, let's get rid of the hellhounds. I don't care. $50, 57 damage. What a boss. How about this? Am I cursed? Yeah, I'm cursed, that's the thing. Pretty much if he somehow uses curse on you, it's pretty much game over because your damage will drop to 50% and you simply can't beat this thing's insane health regeneration. Frost. Have to perfectly place that celestial light. Or at least several celestial light attacks. Let's act as tanks. Let's use the hero unit as a tank. And he attacks the salmon. Well, at least the artificial intelligence, it's good. But I could skip all of this, but I'm not leaving that crown here. We're finishing the game with 100% completion, beating this guy. Then I can get rid of the things. On the surface, it should be easy. We can get to the analysis to either on Monday or whatever. I'm getting rid of this thing. Damn. I'm also using a plus 10 damage potion and also increased. Come on, Celestial Light. They sucked my mana. There we go. It won't heal me, but well. I just need to draw his attention so my archers can do the rest. That's the only way. No, not so fast. Not so fast. Are we alive? Yes, we are alive. Barely, but we are alive. Quickly, come on. Huh, even more hounds. Luckily I brought like 40 potions. Like, I don't know why I had that so many potions, but well. $6,000. Not enough damage. I could bring him down to 2700. If I could do that, I can beat this guy. Hmm. $59. 5,900. More or less that should freeze him. Damn those things, those pesky little things. Huh. Call of Nature is up, but my mana would be sacked if I stopped running. Let me take some distance. Tree of Life. Come on, Call of Nature. Berserk. Damn. Do I have any more room? Oh no, it was a summon. 6,700. No, I'm running out of potions. Even if I brought more than 40 potions. I need to ensure he attacks me and not the archers. This guy. He's fast, he has insane health regeneration. He can curse you and kind of like render all of your attacks useless. I thought today we were getting to the final analysis, but apparently the game had other plans for us. But oh well, at least I'm beating this guy. Come on, split into 2 groups. Come on. $68. His health is dropping fast. Lightning orb. There we go. Come on. Damn, the Tree of Life, it's about to expire probably. Come on, just a bit more, there we go. Don't worry about me, just attack that thing. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. I was not cursed. I wasn't cursed. Come on. 65. I could bring him down to 2,700. We can do it. Let's try to freeze them all at once. Damn, they sucked my mana just at that very last second. Celestial Light, come on. Let's get rid of the Fire Hounds. Damn, he's not... falling for the bait. Damn. Anyways, the summon was about to expire. Again, they sucked my mana. They suck my mana so fast that I can cast. Come on. This is masochism at this point. Oh well. We're beating this guy fair and square, no matter what. I'm running out of room here. Oh, look at that. The firehounds. Look at that. Up there, they stopped attacking. Looks like they have a maximum range. Look at that. Interesting. Alright, so, but you don't have to... You can't go back. Otherwise, they will come back for you. 66. Let's wait for Celestial Light a bit. And let's see what we can do. Oh, even more of them. How about that? Damn. 62. 6200. That's probably a curse. Yeah, it was a curse. I pretty much explored every single map for this game up until now, but there's no spell whatsoever that could get out of there. Get out of there. Let's use the melee units as bait. Spread. There's no spell whatsoever that could deal with this guy. He's even intelligent enough to use the hounds on my salmon. Now this is what I call great artificial intelligence. No. It has to be like in a single assault. That way I could drop it to 2700 and I was quite close. I just ran out of potions. It needs to be a continuous assault. Otherwise his health regeneration is simply too good. Damn, this level is a trap because if you exit the level, you lose the Crown of Elements. Pretty much. So I can't get out of this level without that crown. No. Stay over here. Control the battlefield. Bait that thing. Come on. Come on. We were close. We were close. We can do it. I just need to be faster. Damn. Yeah, pretty much you lose in a matter of seconds. And here I thought we were about to finish the game tonight. But well. Damn, that thing is so fast. That thing is so fast. But I'm beating this thing. I'm beating it no matter what. I just need to be faster. And properly tank him. Berserk. 3. We could use the melee units as bait. Anyways. Let's add wind arrows. As long as he doesn't curse me. What's going on? Come on, attack him. Lightning. Maybe. That can deal with the hounds. Alright, come over here. Come over here. Come on, come over here. Come to this corner. Go back. Go back right now. I hope I survive. Yes. And consider that my health regeneration and my mana regeneration, they are both... No, go back, go back, go back. Go back. Go back. You go back. And he comes with me. Come on. That should also heal me. Come on. 77. Not bad. Consider that I'm not using the potions yet. Go back. Well, attack whatever you... Time to trigger the potions. Wind arrows. I need some room. I don't know, lightning, whatever. All you have. Come on. Another tree. What a terrible moment for that summon to fade. 57. Come on. Celestial Light. No, 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 no. Damn, a curse. That would have ruined the whole strategy. 49. 4900. Damn, no, but that tree is about to fail. I have to take care of the hounds. Will use Celestial Light. There. Come on, whatever, get rid of those hounds. Don't let him get out of that tree. There we go. I can't. I don't have 3 hands. 47. Call of Nature, come on. The second tree worked. I need to go back there. Quickly. Celestial Light. Don't. Wind arrows. Tree of Life. Damn. Freeze them, freeze them. $4,000. 38. No, I need to use Celestial Light both on the hounds and on him. Otherwise, he'll just recover the health. That's a curse. It needs to be perfectly placed. Let's hope that tree doesn't fail. Almost. I cannot let them suck my mana. Freeze him, come on. No, I need to wait for Celestial Light. Done. They are sucking my mana. I hope he doesn't regenerate much health. I'll have to use it on them. 39. I could try berserk on myself as well. And there, he's summoning even more. But a single Celestial Light could... 35. They sucked my mana again. Come on, come on. Freeze those things. Tree of Life. Please, archers, get out of there. Damn, I think he cursed me. I'm simply not fast enough. I think he cursed me. Yeah, he cursed me. Damn. I'm beginning to think that I could use berserk on myself instead of the archers. With both of those potions, and maybe with a 50% attack increase, even if I'm more vulnerable, I could somehow deal even more damage. Because 45. Oh, let's go for it. Let me see. Berserk. Could it be that this thing is reading my mind? 5, 4, 3, 2. Doesn't matter if I run out of mana with this. That should heal me. Come on. 28. Yeah. I think I have the solution. 27. I just need to survive. Let's go for Curse. That should also... Damn. 22. I cannot believe it. 2200. But I have the formula. I have the formula. Berserk plus 2 potions. Let me see. Maybe we could save this. 25. We could save this. I'm out of potions, damn. $1,900, 17. Damn, this is agonic. This is an agony. Freeze them, survive and freeze them. 17. Oh damn, but I lost the effects. No. 17, 16, 1500, 1400, wind arrows. What? He's escaping now. What's the meaning of this? 1300, 1200. Damn. Come on, come on. Doesn't matter if they consume my mana. Pretty much, there's nothing I can do at this point. Is he regenerating health at this point? Yes, he's regenerating. Damn. I'm so close. Come on. Well. Sorry. But I have the formula now. I have the formula. Hey, maybe it auto-saved. At the precise moment. I have the formula. Berserk plus 2 of those potions. Yeah. It's a 5-minute save, so... 3500. Alright. How many potions do I have? 10 potions. I think we can do it. But first... let me see. So... I just need to cast. I need to separate them. Let's separate them somehow. Sorry. Alright, so I have a mess here. If I can get rid of the Hellhounds, With that combo that we did last time, we can bring him down. We were quite close. Alright, this is... Let's use it on him. The Hellhounds will just suck my mana. Curse? No. Let's go for another Tree of Life. I've already casted Curse, so let's see. Let's see what we can do. I have 2 trees. Damn. Yeah, that's the thing. I also don't... I can't waste the potions. I need to save them for when... For the exact moment in which those hounds suck my mana. 26. $1,500. Now. He paralyzed me. Damn. Let's use a berserk. Come on, come on. Let me. 700. Come on. 700. He's about to die. 500. Yes. Let's save before they kill me. Finally. How much time? How much time? Wait. Let's save. 2 hours. 2 hours and 2 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Take that. Where's the crown? Sphere of magma. What's this? I think I have. It's not the crown. It must be a quite OP spell. Yeah. Finally. This was like beating Diablo 2 all over again. But well. I wasted like 40 potions and 2 hours and 2 minutes, but I did it. Unbelievable. Well. The artificial intelligence, I think we can confirm it's exceptional, outstanding, one of the best. It kept me on my toes 100%. It forced me to my limits. With this we'll go for more health regeneration. No, that's probably not going to save me in the future. We are already level 90. With this we increased like 6 levels. Increase defense against chopping. Let's increase health. Mana restoration +2 or 4% movement speed. No, let's go for mana restoration. That spell must be extremely OP. Sphere of magma. So it's not the crown? What's going on? But the dialogue said that we were about to get the crown. Sphere of magma. By casting this spell, the hero creates a ball of fiery magma that rolls away from him in a targeted direction. The sphere crushes warriors in its path and deals a lot of damage. If it hits a building after a certain amount of time, it explodes. So panic damage among the enemy. Alright, so it also causes fear. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. But well, let's go back to the analysis. Now that we've survived this, I cannot believe it. Let's go for a third save just in case. Alright. Now that we know this, let's get back to the analysis, shall we? We need to go back to the chieftain and the other elves. So the game continues. I thought that was a final boss. Pretty much it was the most difficult enemy ever, if you ask me. But yes, I was saying 2 hours and 5 minutes ago, before I was stopped by that beast. This game is a great option. Oh, sorry, my camera. I knew I was the trial, blah blah blah. I knew I was hitting my desk, but not that much. Sorry. The Legend of Flying Ark. Alright, this is a secondary mission. Okay. Like a flyer is a giant stone. Okay. Magic mechanic drives. Time for us to go back to the caves, Ranger, before the village is attacked by enemies once more. Alright, that's a secondary quest. As I was saying, GSC Game World, the developers for the Cossacks series and the American Conquest series, also two excellent RTS games. As I was saying before, that thing consumed all of my energy and time. This is a great option for fans of the RTS genre that also loved the Cossacks series, because it's made by the same developer, the Ukrainian developer GSC Game World. The artificial intelligence, the pathfinding, the combat system, they are all smooth. If there are things that I've been criticizing, they are the plot, that is next to non-existent. I didn't even get the crown, as it was canon. But the pathfinding and the combat system, they are on point. The difficulty is quite good, especially if you played on hard mode. As you could see, you need to create a rotation, you need to have great health regeneration, as well as mana regeneration. Otherwise, you need to know which enemies you must target, because otherwise the game is extremely difficult. But except for the plot, regarding the grandeur category for the analysis, we'll get to the final analysis soon, don't worry. The plot, the problems that I've been continuously commenting, which are the lack of a proper cohesively developed plot. There's no relationship between missions. The Lord of the Rings, War of the Ring was also a clear example of that flaw. Let's go for curse for this, to beat these ones. If we could beat that thing, this should be piece of cake. Freeze them. It doesn't have a cohesively developed plot between missions. It has a lot of issues. For example, there are a lot of baseless exploration missions. There's no base building for a lot of the missions. That's something that I've been continuously criticizing. It's not like Warcraft 3. It doesn't have that perfect balance between baseless exploration missions and base building, the classic structure for an RTS mission, which is simply 1v1 or 1v2 or 1v3. We've been doing 1v3s here against the artificial intelligence. So it has pacing problems, let's say. Let's try lightning. They must be somehow weak against lightning. Yeah. Yep, they were weak against lightning. But if you enjoyed the Cossacks series and the American Conquest series, you'll love this one. It's a great third option. It's a great third option if you're a fan of GSC Game World and their games. It even has the same artwork, which is pretty good. The classic 2D artwork for these games. It has a lot of heavy RPG elements. That's something to note. Especially when we consider that it's an RTS. It's an RTS, but it has even the inventory similar to World of Warcraft, as you can see here, just so you have a reference. Let's go for Curse, and let's split into two groups, shall we? Let's split into two groups. The problem here are those Cyclops, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah. As I've been constantly saying, this game is not for the faint of heart. You could see it. I spent 2 hours. I know that for most people that's boring, 100%. But if you love the RTS genre, this is pretty much the standard structure for it. This game particularly, I personally think that it's not prepared for hard mode. It's not properly balanced. It's more catered to, or it would have been more appropriate to only include skirmish scenarios, kind of like you versus 2 or 3 artificial intelligences on hard mode. I don't know. But yeah, clearly the RPG system is not perfect. There we go. See that combats take a lot of time on hard mode. I don't know if it's the same for normal mode. I don't know. But let me say, I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again. But well. You can skip all of this, as you could see some minutes ago. But I went back to kill that thing. I simply couldn't let that thing live. But well. See that we are level 92. There's no limit. This is not a standard RTS game with kind of like light RPG elements. For example, it was Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard. Yeah, the one that we analyzed some weeks ago. That one had light RPG elements. This one, I would say, it has moderate to heavy RPG elements. It has a lot of RPG. It's not like a spell force. It doesn't get to that degree of complexity. But it's similar. It's not like Warcraft 3. But well. Congratulations to GSC Game World because, well, it's not a perfect game. The artificial intelligence, it's great. The pathfinding, it's perfect. Literally perfect. The combat system. And if they were going for a difficult game, if they were striving to create a difficult game, well, they 100% achieved it. Give me a sec, because here the fog of war in this game, it's quite generous. Let me see, where was the objective, because we were here a second ago. Let me see, I can only see goblins, a dragon. Let me see, just so I have an idea where I should be going to. Alright, here's the elf village. Am I dying? No. Also, the fact that you have to target specific enemies at certain points and the others flee, it's a great idea. It's not only... What's that buff? Wind Strike reduces movement speed by 75 points and attack rate by... Alright, let me see. Consider that... they are kind of like patrolling the area. What, they're killing each other. Careful, because the artificial intelligence in this game, as I was mentioning, is quite complex. It's quite good. They are attacking other buildings. I think we're supposed to sneak by somehow. With my movement speed, we should be good. Also... Oh yes! An alchemist lab. Quickly, they are coming for us. I have a Call of Nature. Maybe we can dispatch them. What's that? Yep, they pretty much follow you. See, they are quite intelligent. For an artificial intelligence that was developed in 2006. Consider that. It's incredible. But I guess I can beat these guys if I could beat that demon. I can't be that much of an idiot. Let's see what we can do. Ah, wait. We have the Alchemist Lab. Do they have extra damage? Plus 5 damage. Attack rate plus 100. Then how about this? Once I get rid of the Cyclops, the goblins should go down easily. They are quite good. Let's try lining. Lining Aura. That one really loves me. All right. I think they've been affected by fear. See, they're escaping. Don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. Don't chase. All right. What the? Ah, 2 more. See that it's forcing me to be on my toes all of the time. They're back. I was attacked and they kind of like said, well, let's fuck this guy's day. He has 2... Well, the name is not here, but they are Cyclops. We could curse them though. That would be pretty much... Ah, that one's dead. Freeze? Maybe? But yeah, consider that for all of this to work, for this rotation, see that you need to create a rotation. My mana regeneration is... Well, the number is extremely small because of the scaling. That's another thing that I need to comment again. The game has a 60 FPS lock. Don't play it at above 60 FPS with the fix that we've been using. Use only 60 FPS, otherwise it can crash. It's kind of like the safe mode. You are prompted when you launch the game. Alright. But the resolution is unlocked. I'm playing at 1440p, so it should be unlocked for everyone. Now, let me see. Let me check the health regeneration. So we are at 45 health regeneration and 45 mana regeneration. An attack rate of 218 and a movement speed of 178. Attack rate... Let's not risk it. Let's just buy Restoration Elixir. Well, otherwise I can only buy one. That demon forced me to use... Let's assign the spell. Let's assign the spell. Sphere of Magma. And here I thought that today I was going to get to the final analysis of this game. I was so naive. So naive. Let me see. We haven't been using Ice Arrow that much. Can we assign? How was the assign process again? No? Ah, there we go. Sphere of Mag... Fireball? No, it's not Fireball. Last Breath. What? I'm losing mana. Last Breath. No. Where is it? It should be the next one. Sphere of Magma. There we go. It's already assigned. Let me see. Increase mana restoration here. Even though it's difficult to believe it, these small, tiny things. I'm saying all of this because these games used to come with those thick game guides. Here I had to learn with trial and error. Die, you idiot, and learn. And while the game was telling me that, it helped me somehow learn. Let me see. 30 increased mana restoration. It's just 1 mana restoration. Well, but 30 health points will get us nowhere. Yeah, mana restoration. Let's save. Let's do this. Let's save and let's try the spell that this thing dropped. Let's see. If I was... What? Why is it so small? What's the damage? Ah, 1,000 damage. Well, not bad. Not bad, but well. I suffered way I suffered way too much for that. I really well, it was good. It was a good drop. Not perfect, not great, but well. Oh, that thing that oh, let's proceed. No, let's proceed.
This giant throws stones so hard it smashes
Where was the objective? This was the objective. Next objective.
may be hurt by the splinters.
Let me see. Let me see. Where's the next objective? You can skip all of that, all of these maps if you want, if you have a decent movement speed. But first I have to... Let's go for the objective, shall we? Let's go for the objective, because otherwise I don't think there are any more good drops. Let's follow the path here. But yeah, it's a great third option, as I've been mentioning, if you enjoyed the Cossacks series. I'm showcasing all of these because I think it's a bit more brutal than those games because of the RPG elements. There we go. Ah, you were there. Alright. This is part of the plot, more or less. The chieftain, the elf chieftain thinks, just so you have a quick summary, the elf chieftain thinks that we should simply fight the undead. The classic story, the undead are killing everyone. The chieftain thinks that we should simply fight them. And it's a mistake because they kill the elves and then they turn them into undead. We need the crown of elements that apparently we got from killing that thing. You can skip that fight again. But I'm completing everything I can, for the most part. Oh! A plot twist. So she's with us now. Alright. There are no cutscenes in this game, by the way. That's something that I've criticized, but well. Cutscenes are not the main attraction of an RTS. That's for sure. I know these places and I'm ready to... Oh, Harry, let's go. This is the most similar thing to a cutscene that we have found so far, but there's no dialogue, you won't see those black borders at the edge of the screen like in Warcraft with the faces of the characters. No. It's as simple as it gets. The story, it's an absolutely secondary element in this game. It's not like Warcraft 3, not like Armies of Exego, not even like Dungeons and Dragons Dragon Shard, not like the Lord of the Rings War of the Ring. I'm telling you all of these because I've showcased them and they have at least a cohesively developed plot between missions, except for the Lord of the Rings War of the Ring. Alright, so we have Lana now. What's that? What's that tent? What's that hat? Artifact Master. Alright. Let's Dragon Shoes. No, I'm not losing 25% movement speed. In this game, doing that is the same as signing your death sentence. Let's sell all of these. Well, I said I wouldn't sell my Knight 60. This is my first weapon. I usually never sell my first weapon in any game, so well. As you could see, melee damage. Melee damage is useless, pretty much. You could just imagine what would have happened if I had used melee damage against... Let's try against that boss. Let's see. I think that a sphere inflicts fear on them. Yeah. My health regeneration should beat that guy. See, you can see here. Health regeneration is key. It's your main defense in this game, at least on hard mode. I don't know if for normal mode you could get away with a different build, but for hard mode, movement speed, health regeneration, and mana regeneration, and good APM, at least decent. I don't have good APM, at least decent APM to kind of like kite to taunt the enemies, to act as a tank. Damage plus 10, firing range plus 160. Our firing range, it's already greater than our line of sight, so that would be useless. Damage plus 4. Yep. Pretty much my weapon was outdated. Well, we should have an insane range, because I've already increased the range a lot. Let's sell this, and Orc's Helmet, no, that's useless. Lana, your skill tree. You're level 2 anyway. What? But I used Lana some last week, just for 1 level, but... Well, let's just increase her health. Right. It kind of like reset his or her skill tree. I don't know your abilities. What are your abilities? You don't have abilities. You don't have any movement speed. Come on, movement speed. Attack rate. Let's do this as fast as we can. Range view. No. Mana restoration. Mana pool by 20. No. Health. Mana pool by 40. No. Health. Movement speed. Always. Mana pool. Attack value. Attack value. Health. Let's go for health. She's melee. She'll need that big health pool. Otherwise, increase mana regeneration. Because she's a melee fighter. Range of view? No, that's useless. We're already at level 14. 12% attack rate. There we go. Let's save. I'm not doing that again. Let's proceed to the objective. I think pretty much we can get...
I've always tried to turn a blind eye to women. They're trouble. But she...
this is like his head, his thoughts.
Surely she's no match to warrior man. But she can be relied upon.
Twitch, YouTube, I take no responsibility for that. Please don't kill me. Don't kill me. I take no responsibility for that. Complain with the game developers. They are the ones that are developing Stalker 2. Don't kill me, Twitch, please. Try not to kill me. I had no idea that was going to be part of the dialogue. Try not to kill me. Nowadays you have to say that, because otherwise they send the police, I guess. I can no longer use a tag which is called blind playthrough anymore. I don't know why. But well, forgive my ignorance.
What has happened to you?
The Ursus have settled in the woods.
The Ursus, blah 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 blah.
The carts passing by. The people in our village will soon be starving.
Alright. Let's save. Let's save, because I'm not going through that dialogue again. We are not doing that side quest. Let's see the exit. That's the exit. But clearly this is not the end of the game. I thought this was the final mission, but well. Yeah, we faced this guy. Careful, Lana. Don't kill her. I will have to restart. Well, not restart, but load the last save file once again. There we go, lining. So yeah, at level 15 we're level 93. I think the wisest thing to do is to leave her over there. Let's go for the leaders. I cannot see them. Also, I find it strange that you can zoom in this game. Giant thrower. Let's try this Sphere of Magma. It should roll and kill them all. Yeah. Pretty much. Yes, if I properly cast that, we can get rid of those stone throwers. Sorry for that, but I had no idea we were going up against those things. But yeah, pretty much the artificial intelligence is on point. Quite good. I have complaints about the objective variety, about the lack of a cohesively developed plot, and pretty much that's it. The artificial intelligence, the pathfinding, all of the elements that are inherently essential to an RTS game. That one I damaged these two and not that one. Well, let's try lining. And also, could we possibly freeze them? Pretty please. Let's add the Tree of Life. So, except for the pacing issues, the weakest points are the pacing issues. As I've said, here you can. This is a clear evidence. It's more of an RPG than an RTS game, but except for the pacing issues, the fact that there isn't a cohesively developed plot, and those difficulty, those balance issues regarding difficulty, because I don't think that on normal mode you'll be facing any of these extreme circumstances. Pretty much those three things, and the lack of objective variety for the campaign. If those things aren't terrible issues for you, and you have played Cossacks 1, 2, 3, or American Conquest, or any of those games, expansions, pretty much this game is for you. Well, and if we praise the excellent artificial intelligence and the difficulty, well, we get a great game. Ouch. Don't worry, I can die once. It's like courtesy from the game tells you, well, you were stupid. Here. Alright, Lana died once as well. Pretty much unavoidable. Alright, so those things back there, they are the definition of attack value, health regeneration. They are pretty much the definition of alright, let's try that ability. Please hit all of them. Alright, it kind of like explodes. Where's Lana? She's back there. Let's keep them. Let's keep her. What? Let's keep her over there. Up until we can level up. At least, I don't know, to something decent. Can I freeze these guys? Yes. Do they stop throwing those stones? Don't tell me they are immune to freezing. No, they are not immune to freezing. There you go. We can handle the rest. Or at least I believe we can handle the rest. Pretty much. With Tree of Life, coupled with Curse, we should be good. Let's kill the shamans first. Here you can see that. Damn, they are not affected by celestial light. I know, but there are. Careful, quite tricky. There are also some. Need to be careful. Let's go for berserk. I cannot believe berserk ended up being the ability that saved me. That actually saved me. Back there. Priest, please survive. There we go. Let's get rid of all of those shamans and wizards. Get rid of them. And they're affecting my movement speed. But I am in the perfect spot. Let's curse them. Let's use curse. Tree of Life. Survive, please. Up until we can dispatch them. They targeted the Tree of Life. I cannot believe it. The artificial intelligence is so good. It precisely knows what it should be targeting to cause some major damage. Come on, come on, come on. No, 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 no. We'll have to do this one again. Damn, those were a lot of wind and water magus. Yes, here they are called magus, not magicians, not mages. Let's see. But we have the formula. That's the important thing. Just like in Orcs Must Die. We have the formula. We have the formula. How about using this sphere of magma there? Wouldn't it kill all of them? Yeah, it killed most of the shamans. And instead of using that on the stone throwers, instead we will freeze them. We'll use lightning sphere here. Get out of there. What? It didn't kill all of them. See what I was saying 3 hours ago? The real-time strategy genre requires patience. It's a necessary element, especially if you are playing on hard mode. It's not like other genres. Not only that, because that could be said for a lot of genres. But it also needs, or at least it requires you to have a decent amount of APM. It forces you to improve. That's the particular feature of this genre. It forces you to improve. Damn, they kill me. See what I mean? I should have stopped talking and focus. Sorry. Sorry. I'm a noob. Sorry. We can get to the analysis once we finish the game. Right, I was about to die previously. That's the thing. Let's see here. Kill the shamans, those little guys back there. Anyways, these guys don't regenerate health like that demon. We could somehow lure a group. What? What's that? Not enough. This is the first time this thing has done that. No. It probably ran out of memory for the autosave. I don't know. Don't ask me. Stay there, Lana. Stay there. There we go. It worked. Could we curse those guys? Well, stop. Disengage. Disengage for a sec there. Disengage. Let's use a potion. Disengage. Stop. We'll need frost again. You stay here. I go over there. Yeah. Also another thing that I've been criticizing is the absolute lack of base building missions. I think we've done 2 out of 11 or 2 out of 10. That's a sacrilege for an RTS game, but well. The problem with this one is that not only we have that issue, but also the game is quite tedious, let's say. But well, that's common for every RTS somehow, or most of them. That's not a problem. The problem is that it's tough as nails. Tough. Damn. But well, Warcraft 3 was tougher than this on hard mode. Tree of Life. Go back. We can kill them at our leisure. Nice try. Freeze those 3 guys, please. Please let me survive. No, hit those guys. Those 3 guys are responsible for our failure. There we go. What? It didn't affect them. Ah, because of the ice. Damn it. I'm wasting a lot of potions. I don't like that. Yeah, these guys are as dangerous as that demon. Well, maybe nothing is as dangerous as that demon, but well, you get the point. Aha. Lightning. That's the answer. Well, now you know it. Lightning, it's extremely effective against those guys. Come on. 2 to go. 1 down, 2 to go. 2 down, 1 to go. Alright. I'll wait for the lightning sphere to reset for a sec there. Yep, pretty much. If you don't have a perfect rotation, you are not making you are not getting through this level. I don't want to use any more potions. I don't want to. There we go. That should get rid of him. There we go. We could kill those guys. Let's kill them. Let's kill them and get to the objective. Ah, where's Lana? Go over there. Wait, let's save just in case they kill me. We're not doing that again. We're not doing that again. What? Ah, what's going on? What's going on with this? Oh, nice! It crashed, or what? Oh, no, it didn't crash. Okay, I get it. You can't save anymore. I get it. Let's finish this level. Forget it. We're finishing this level. Attack them. We're finishing this level. I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it. Get out of there. Get out of there. Let's suspend the talents and get out of here. Let's get out of here. Restoration, mana pool, restoration, health, mana restoration, why not? Health regeneration, health regeneration, maximum health, attack value, defense against piercing, health, movement speed, why not? Attack rate, attack value, health regeneration. Well, let's see. Let's see what's in store for us. We did it. We finished this painful torture. Look at that. I'll have to use chapters for the YouTube bot or trim it somehow because of those 2 hours. It's been 47 minutes of this level and 2 hours of that demon. Elhand has Elhand. Sorry, it's singular. Elhand has reached. Sorry, it's singular. Well, ignore that, I'm the worst. Alright. Give me a sec. There we go. Don't worry about the 4:3 aspect ratio. It's going to be fixed as soon as we get into gameplay. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright, level number, I've lost the count. So this wasn't the end.
The souls have reached the island.
What's this? What the? We were... Ah yeah, another thing. I forgot to mention this. The pathfinding... What's this? Where are we? Where's Lana? Where's everyone? What's going on? Yeah, I know it's a different level, but... What are those? Who are those guys? Priest. Dwarf marksman. Dwarf... What's this level? I have never seen these units. And we're in the middle of the desert, of the desert. Where are we? A great question. Ah, now we have to search for these gems of power. Look at that. Look at that. Now the gems of power. First was the crown of the undead. Now it's the gems of power. This is mission number 11? Maybe 11? This is getting a bit ridiculous, but well. If the campaign is long, well, I have nothing but praise for GSC Game World. I have come here from a distant land in search of gems of power. Do you know where I can find them? Typical. The souls. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. I'll have to use ships in this mission. And in case you don't understand, the pathfinding for the naval units in this game, for the ships, is probably the worst I've seen in quite a while. Like, you can't properly disembark your troops at all. A disaster. That's something that I was about to comment when I eventually get to the analysis, to the final analysis, but well, apparently it won't be today. Here we can help you in your... I was afraid that you would say that. So, there are more That's the objective. We need to reach this guy, apparently. Yeah, another thing. You don't have any objective chart or anything like that. Oh. What's this? Steam Golem. Magic immune. Dwarf marksman. So I'm in control of dwarf units. Of dwarven units, sorry. Switch between hand-to-hand and ranged combat. How? And how do I tell? Alright, I cannot save. This is going to be tricky. Let me see. Can I save now? Yeah, now I can save. I don't know what that error was about, but let's proceed. Where's the objective? This guy. Enforcer. There's also an alchemist lab, so we desperately need to get there. We desperately need to get over there. But sadly, we could explore this place, see what we can find, because as you can see, I spent all of my money with that demon. Trying to kill that demon. So, yep. I desperately need more potions. You acquired Sorcerer's Robe. I already have that one. I already have that one. I already have that one, but oh, we're about to hit the 3-hour mark. Well, sadly, I was hoping we could finish this game tonight, but looks like it won't be the case. If you ask me, looks like it won't be the case at all. Looks like it won't be the case at all, but well. Looks like it won't be the case. Won't be the case at all. We need to... let's see. No, right. In this game, only this boat is a transport unit. Okay. Is this... see what I mean? Damn. Where's that thing? Oh. There's a dragon in the middle of the ocean. There's a dragon in the middle of the ocean. Right. Before that thing kills our transport boat, there's also 2 more dragons. Sorry, there's 3 dragons in the middle of the ocean. Can you guys kill that thing? And now the torture begins. Sorry, but this is unavoidable. You pretty much have to disembark all of your troops. No, no. Come on, disembark, disembark. Disembark, please. Disembark, get out, get off the boat. Get off the boat. What? What the? The ship drowned? This is the end of... Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. The ship drowned. And you are absolutely fucked. Look at that. Look at that. Sorry for the insult, but what are we going to do? What are we gonna do? Ladies and gentlemen, this is it for tonight. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it for tonight, because it's way too much for one night. It's way too much. Way too much. I spent 2 hours facing that demon. So this is it. This is it. This is it. Thanks to anyone who may have taken the time to watch my stream from the bottom of my heart. Thank you 100%. It's been my pleasure spending this gaming night with all of you. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thanks to the anonymous subscriber of the YouTube channel. I cannot see your name because somehow it has kind of like privacy settings on, and I cannot see the username of the person who subscribed here in Twitch. As I've said yesterday as well, I can see the usernames for the followers. Thanks to all of the followers for the channel from the bottom of my heart, for caring about the RTS genre, for Orcs Must Die 3, all of that, all of that. Let's hope that the future of the RTS genre is brighter and we all can somehow enjoy a new RTS game developed by GSC Game World. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great weekend of gaming. I am currently playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Blue Rescue Team. I've finished both Crackdown, as well as the end game for Fable 2. Also Astro Boy Omega Factor on the GBA, as well as what else have I played recently? A bit of Outrun 2. Not much. I want to keep that as a leisure gameplay game. I just tried it. I haven't unlocked any cars. So also, of course, Pokemon Black 2. Super Mario 3D Land. I actually completed it in 2 days. It was way too good. Mario Kart 7, of course. And, well, of course, this one, the one, my RTS, and all of those things. Well, have a great weekend of gaming, ladies and gentlemen. See you all on Monday, and we will hopefully, I cannot say for sure, we'll hopefully get to the finale for the finale for Heroes of Annihilated Empires. I won't be playing the Undead campaign because this game has a long campaign, has long campaigns, and pretty much you get the idea if you've been watching the gameplays that it's a bit tedious, to be honest. But well, that's the thing of the RTS genre. Thank you from the bottom of my heart once again. See you all on Monday. I must be the only streamer that says goodbye like 1,000 times. But well, I enjoyed way too much. See you all later.